we did the OEM paint matching with the PAU paint, gloss bezel, or sorry, gloss shroud here. Tinted clears, tinted lower. We also have the RGB WA boards down in the bottom, the RGB halos and C-bars, RGB demon eyes inside there, and we've got your HID kit. The bulbs are already installed, and then you'll just have a harness that will send you for that and a set of ballast. So, let me go ahead and show you how everything looks lit up here, and then we'll go into wiring and whatnot. So here is everything on white. Let me go ahead and hit the turn signals. Okay. So, you're going to have two different apps that the customer will use to change colors on these. The lowers are from Diode Dynamics, so you're going to download the app from Diode Dynamics. The uppers are the Profile Prism, and they use the Morimoto XBT app. So first one I'm going to show you is the Morimoto one. So here we have it on. I've got this locked where the three are together, so I'm going to unlock that. I'm going to move the tone down to about half. And that's where you'll see, that's how you get to the colors. You put the tone about half, and that's when you can change the colors on here. If you put it all the way up, that's white. All the way down, well, off. So what's nice is you can come in here and you can unselect these here. So let's say number 1 is selected. You can change the color of that zone by itself. So number 1 we have on here as the U bars. Unselect number 1, select number 2, and you can change the halo. Unselect 2, hit number 3, and you can change the demon eye by itself here. Okay. You can also come in here to themes, and let's say you pick a theme and set the speed. It'll bounce through that theme. That's all combined together. So we're just going to let that roll here. The next app is the Diode Dynamics app, and when you pull that up, I've got some presets here, or you can just use your thumb to change colors on the lowers. Hit the middle button, takes you back to white. So here you have red, blue, green, purple, kind of an amber color, and back to white. You can come in here to pattern, and you can set the pattern as well. I always do the speed at 100, and like here's a 7-color jump. Okay. Now, let's shut this off, and I'll show you all the wiring here. So we make this as plug and play as we can for all of our customers, with the assumption, well, not even assumption, but with the understanding that there's a lot of wires here. Everything does just plug right in, but it's not, 10 minutes to throw these on the truck, because you've got all of that. Well, not all that. Let me unplug something here. My little harness here that allows me to run all this. Okay, that's what you're left with. So, let me kind of go through this real quick for you here. Basically, what you have coming out of each headlight, most of it's the same. You got a couple other little differences, and I'll go over that here. So, to try to clean this up and we can kind of move some things out of the way, I'm going to disconnect these 4 taps right here. And what you've got here, coming out of each headlight, is a black and yellow wire. The Morimoto, or the Profile Prism stuff here, has a yellow tap and a black tap on each one. And basically what that does is gives it a ground and a turn signal. We don't solder that inside like we do the lower boards, because if you ever have to replace one of these drivers, it creates an issue. So we leave that the way it is. You'll notice each one of these is color-coded. So like here, the orange ones, white plugs, orange tabs, go to the halos. The green ones are going to be your C-bars, and the red ones are your demon eyes. Alright. So let's just get that out of the way there. Then you're going to notice that you have one that's not labeled. It's just a simple 5-pin here, and that is for the lower boards. The drivers for the lower boards are actually inside the headlights. So, what else do we have here? Coming out of the driver's side light, you're going to see... let me get these out of the way. All right, we've talked about those. We've talked about this one. We've talked about these two and this one. Yeah. Okay, so what's left? What's left is you have your wire here that goes for the HID kit. So this is what plugs into the HID harness. You got your bulb wires here and here. Then you got this blue wire here. Now this blue wire comes off, and this is what is tapped inside to the parking light. So whenever the parking light's on, it turns on all the halos, the lower boards, all that. That feeds into this solid state relay from Diode Dynamics, comes out to a splitter. One side goes to the Diode Dynamics Bluetooth app. The other side goes to the Morimoto XBT controller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect that here at the Y. On the other side of this, you'll find a fuse, a red and a black wire. So ground, positive, directly to the battery that feeds directly into this solid state relay. Now, you're going to notice that the other blue wire here, because there's two of them on this relay, this one that's empty, not tapped, not done anything with, you can run that to a 12-volt source of your choice. So if you want to run it to a switch under the hood, under the dash, it just needs 12 volts, and it turns on all the halos and color changing stuff. So that can be used for shows, because obviously in parking light mode, be at 5 minutes. That's not going to work for a show. Okay? Now the other side, well, it's all the same stuff. So the only difference on this side here is that we don't have the solid state relay. But the rest of it is the same. So you've got your orange wires going into the yellow wire here. You got your grounds going here. These are tapped together. Well, plugged in, not tapped. And that should get this. Yep. So there's that. All out of the way. Here's the controller for the lowers, which again is just a 5-pin connection here. That's it.